Assalamualaikum, my name is Siti Nabiha binti Rosli. Now, I would like to start our presentation with the similarities. First of all, one of the similarities between Article 1 and 2 is both articles discuss the importance of proper record-keeping practices in different contexts. Besides that, they identify the challenges faced in implementing proper record-keeping practices such as lack of awareness. Both articles also use qualitative research methods, with the first article using a systematic review technique and the second article using purposive sampling. For similarities between Article 3 and 4, both of them deal with the management of records, specifically electronic records in public universities in Malawi and traditional paper-based medical records in hospitals. The purpose of both articles were to investigate the current status of managing records and explore prospects for improving record management. These two articles use mixed methods approach and qualitative research methods to investigate the management of records in their respective contexts. Next, the differences between Article 1 and 3. These articles focus on record-keeping practices in public universities, but there are some differences. For example, here, Article 1 uses a systematic review technique and qualitative approach to identify 5 main challenges faced by public universities in implementing proper record-keeping practices, while Article 3 adopts a case study design and qualitative research methods to investigate the management of e-records in public university in Malawi. Other than that, there are also differences between Article 2 and 4. Article 2 aims to demonstrate the significance of retention schedules and record keeping in organizational processes and performance. Contrary to Article 4, study the benefits and requirements of electronic deficiency management system EDMS by reducing inefficiency and error associated with the traditional paper-based methods.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Asni Shamini binti Kasri Shamshurini. So for Article 1, the first recommendation is the public universities can create a comprehensive records management policy, which in the record states staff duties and responsibilities, and then the process for creating, storing, and disposing records. So when creating this policy, a records management committee that oversees its implementation and provides guidance to staff to support it. The second recommendation is the staff should receive the training programs to create the awareness regarding the record keeping practice and have the ability to implement them in the future. So it could be done through the seminars, workshops, or online training modules. For Article 2, it is advisable to use the correct retention and disposal guidelines, which can result in the selection of records to be maintained, which can serve as a framework to assess the significance of variety of records types. So organizations can decide which records that need to be kept and which can be safely disposed through clear procedures. So other than that, it's also important to secure and appropriate disposition for records that is no longer need to be kept, because these records may contain sensitive or confidential information that could be harmful if it falls into the wrong hands. Article 3, directors and managers of ICT should gain more financial resources to purchase and install of the EDMS machine to improve the e-records management since it is not available in the public universities. So the e-records policies should be made available in all institutions studied as before this it was not available in the institution. For Article 4, the healthcare providers should consider on transition from paper-based medical records to electronic medical record system to improve efficiency and reduce waste of patient uh, and hospital resources. Other than that, improve the accuracy of documentation, comply with regulatory requirements. So, in addition, healthcare providers also should ensure that the electronic medical record systems are efficient and effective by regularly evaluate and update them to identify any technical issues that may arise.
Now, I will continue with my presentation with the lesson learned that we get from those 4 articles. To address the challenges faced mentioned in Article 1, it requires a proper planning process that includes proposing a dedicated mechanism to solve the entire issues related to record-keeping practices. For Article 2, the authors suggested to improve record management competency, storage, and retention, such as providing training programs for staff members and implementing effective retention schedules. Next, the lesson from Article 3 is to obtain effective management of e-records in public university in Malawi. It requires the development of policies and guidelines, investment in infrastructure and resources, training and awareness programs, and collaboration among stakeholders. Lastly, lesson learned of Article 4 is that it is important to evaluate the requirement of electronic deficiency management system in settings that use both paper records and electronic hospitals information system. That's all from me. Next, Asni will conclude our presentation.
For the conclusion, so maintaining a proper record keeping practice is important for us to ensure that the records are properly managed and preserved for the future use. So, other than that, it is also important to have a proper guidelines on the retention and disposal of the records to make informed decisions about which records to be kept and which one that need to be disposed of. So through this, it can help organizations to manage their resource more effectively, and important information is not lost for compromise. Other than that, secure and appropriate disposition of records that are no longer needed is crucial in order to protect sensitive or confidential information from unauthorized access. So, study on e-records management practice in public universities in Malawi found that there is a need for more financial resource to install more electronic machines for recording purpose. So, the electronic record system have great benefits compared with the paper-based record. So, electronic record system can they are efficient and effective, can improve the recording uh, process, which can increase the effective outcomes, increase efficiency and productivity, reduce waste of patient and hospital resources, and comply with the regulatory requirements related to medical record keeping is under Article number 4.